Can you hear me? We live? Are we live, baby?
You doing all right? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you now. How about you? How about you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, man.
There we go.
I'm ready to go for tonight. This is a good night, man.
Tonight's going to be a good one.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, Orlando Jones. Oh, man. From, it was kind of funny because he also did. I forgot that he was on The Office.
I wasn't watching The Office when he was on it. I didn't know.
No, he did the movie. It was The Office that he did, and he played this character.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, they played this character that was selling magazines, and he was actually a computer programmer. And he had to act like he was. He had to act like he was a recovering drug addict. And he goes, I'm here to sell my magazine. And five of these guys were asking him questions about who his contact was, where he got, how can they go ahead and get drug dealers so they can make money. And he finally goes, listen, man, I'm not a drug guy. It was so funny. I had to watch it a couple of times because it really made me laugh. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, man. I was introduced to him, of course, from the 7 Make 7 Up Yours commercial. That was the first time I've seen him in anything. And that was hilarious to me. But then Drumline, Dr. James Lee. He's one of, if I had to make a list of top 5 favorite movie educators, he would be on that list.
Okay.
Morgan Freeman as Joe Clark, Lean on Me would be on that list.
Love that movie. Great movie.
James Belushi, the principal. I don't know if you remember. Good movie with Louis Gossett Jr. That was the shit. That was my shit. But yeah,
I was, because Belushi, it's kind of funny because a lot of people, it was very complimentary, always thought of me as, the next coming of John Belushi. There have been write-ups and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And Jim Belushi was also a very, very funny cat. And I actually had a dream that I was in a room with John and Jim and a couple of the other cats. And I was like, I woke up. I said, why can't I have dreams like this all the time? And it was like unbelievable. But Jim Belushi played this principal at a real, I guess I would consider an inner city school. Yeah. And it was troubled, and it was with some issues with drug guys in there. And he basically took the one student down who was a real troublemaker. Yeah. And that guy was a good actor too.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he went on to play. I remember him being Wesley Snipes' brother in Sugar Hill. He's been in a couple of movies. Yeah, he's been on a lot of movies actually. Yeah,
good character actor.
Yeah, but Orlando Jones, man. I mean, he's amazing. Just hilarious stand-up comedy, from acting, The Replacements. What was that movie with Paulie? Wasn't even a movie with the redheaded actress? The Big Lebowski. What is that movie? Evolution.
Evolution.
I think
it was Evolution.
Man,
look, man, we got some peeps listening. Faye Yemler.
What's up?
What's up, Faye? Anna Galan. I love you more. Let me see. Eva Bezunidelos. Kenneth Lee Heflin. Charles Cox. It's going to be one hell of a show today. Listen, number one, he was a comic. And so as a comedian, I'm always going to give a tip of the hat to, as well as he made it as an actor. And also he's a funny actor. Now he's an executive producer. He did a couple of good things just recently. And there's so much more that he's going to do. Hopefully I can tag on, but I got to let him know. I said, man, I was called in for an audition for The Replacements, and I couldn't do it because I was on tour. And they were like, and I could, I got to look at my old calendar and see where I was, but I want to see I was in Australia. My manager was coming. Well, would you like to come back from Australia, then shoot back as soon as you're done with the audition? No. It's an 18-hour flight going, 18-hour coming back. I'm like, no.
I'll pass on that. Thank you, but no, thank you.
And I said, why couldn't they do it? And it was kind of funny because I think some of the characters that were on that football team were just phenomenal characters.
Sinbad. I mean, you would have been like with Sinbad. Sinbad was in the movie.
No, Sinbad was not in The Replacements. Sinbad.
What am I thinking of?
Yeah, you're thinking
Necessary Roughness.
That's when.
My bad.
He played a professor
that Keanu Reeves was Replacements.
Keanu Reeves was a replacement.
Yeah, my bad.
Now,
Sin, hits to the head.
And I know Sin really well. I gotta be honest with you, Sinbad, because Sin's been ill, and he's coming back. He's gonna come back. One of the funniest cats I know. And I was doing a thing up in Montreal for the comedy festival, and I was doing my Greek show, but I wasn't doing the American general or the general audience show, as it were. So I got a chance to do the comedy corner up in Montreal, and Sin was downstairs, and I just did a set. And I had this place upstairs going, and everyone was downstairs, and I didn't know there was a TV downstairs, and everyone was watching it. And I come down, and this is the way Sinbad and I met each other. I come down, and everyone's applauding me as soon as I come off the downstairs, like, what the hell y'all applauding for? And I come down, and all of a sudden, Sin turns around. He goes, man, that was some funny shit. That was some funny shit. And I'm going, Sinbad. We got high five. Everyone's going, dude, I'll never forget you. And every time we see each other, he goes, Basil, man, what's going on?
Wow.
Greatest guy in the world. One of the sweetest individuals I've ever met, Sinbad. And
hilarious. Love him.
Great.
I just remember his bit. It was a long time ago. I remember watching my brother when I was little. Just a bit about him trying to run from his mama, giving him a whooping. He's like, don't you run from me. He grabbed him. Funny story. That happened to my brother. But he got away. I tried to run. I got caught and got my ass whooped.
When you're saying, go bring me my brother-in-law, John. My brother-in-law said one day his mother said, because every month, go find me a switch.
Oh, yeah.
Now, some of you were stupid enough to bring something that was easily usable. John brought a freaking log. He brought a log and go, there you go.
There it is.
And then so what happened? I'll be damned if she didn't shove it up my ass. Oh my God, my brother-in-law kills me sometimes. But,
oh my gosh, man.
Funny.
Gracious. I'm excited to go to work today just to get through the day to come home and do this show tonight. It's gonna be so funny, man. It's so good. He's such a good dude. I remember just meeting him, just like I met you. It's funny, crazy. I met you the same way I met him, coming on to the TV station to do an interview to promote a show or something he's doing in town. And it's great. He lives in Wilmington and he does big things for the community in Wilmington and everything, just like yourself. And it's beautiful that y'all can connect like this. And finally, it's about time, it seems like. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? And the thing is, too, I think having someone like him around of such a high caliber of an entertainer, but, deep down, everyone who was a comedian is always a comedian. And I don't care if they're a great actor. Listen, Ray Romano, I consider Ray to be a pretty damn good actor. Yeah. But he's a comedian. Great. We have that. It's like, it's almost like that Band of Brothers. And you and I both played ball. Mm-hmm. And I can look and talk to anyone from college to high school to whatever. When you spit blood, bleed blood, throw up on the field, whatever the case, you are a Band of Brothers. Same with us.
For sure.
It doesn't matter, man. You can have a bad set. Now, guys, listen, we're in the industry that if we have a bad set, it's not going to kill our career, right? But the thing is, we'll sit there, and there are some lines that I have that still to this day, I'll talk to other comedians and they will sit there and laugh. And because when you see someone drowning on stage, we are the first ones to throw an anchor. Here, can I help you? Right. We will give each other shit. Yeah, that was good. But remember that one set you had?
It's got to be fun. It's got to be fun to just poke each other a little bit. You know what I mean?
No two ways. I was at a place in East Orange, New Jersey. Okay, I want you to understand where this is. This is East Orange, not West Orange.
No, not West Side. Not West Side.
No, East Orange. So I wound up doing
Okay.
a TV show they had there. It was called Rascals Comedy Hour. It's the tri-state area.
Okay.
And the agent at the time, Tony Camacho, put it together. And I must have did this show like 7-8 times, throughout like a 4-year period, 3-year period. They loved me on that show. So Tony goes, hey, man, I got some people. Hold on. I got some people who really want to see you from DEF CON. And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, man, you fit the role. You'd be great. And I can't remember who the executive producer was there. He goes, they want to see you. I said, great. He says, no, they want to see you now. And I go, okay. Now, imagine, if you will, my height, okay? 6'2", wearing a lambskin leather coat with fur. I got fox fur going around this way. And it was a Mark, I can't remember, Mark Ant, I can't remember the name of the designer, coming in. And I'm walking in there like a pimp. I walk in this place. It's called the Peppermint Patty Lounge, right? There is not a white person within a 10-mile radius. And there's some of the harshest looking brothers in the world, right? Tony Camacho, black man. And I'm like, Tony, whatever you do, don't leave me alone.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you, right? I'm with you, right, Tony? Either way it goes, I'm good.
I've always paid my commission, right? Okay, as long as you understand that. So we wound up going ahead, and I'm walking, and all of a sudden, another comedian, very funny cat whom I love, Eddie Clark. And Eddie Clark is up. He's coming with us, and I love Eddie. And to this day, Eddie and I, every time he sees me and I'm happy to be in the audience, he'll always have a shitty set, right? And he's always like, I hate when you're in the audience, man. I hate it. And I'm like, okay. So we walk in there, and all of a sudden, Tony looks at me. He goes, okay, I need you to go ahead and do a set. I said, excuse me? I'm the only
Wait a minute, what?
Person. He wanted me to do a set right on this show. I'm like, let me get this right. I'm the only white person in a 10-mile radius. You want me to go ahead and do a set? He goes, yeah. Okay. Now, meanwhile, my testicles were up here because I had no idea what the hell happened. My boss said, no, we're going to hide out for a while. And I was like, it's all right. So I do this crazy opening that I have, went up there, and there were brothers. I'm telling you, I think about 1/3 of the room of the men were all carrying weapons on them. All right.
Okay.
And I'm like, and they're all, looking at me like, what is this white doing up here? And all of a sudden, when I cut the music off and I just look at everyone, I go, it's so nice to be here. It's just, I just love. Place goes haywire, right? Yeah. I destroyed this house. I only did like a 10-minute set. I come up. Man, you guys are great. And you know who was, oh my God, the MC, believe it or not, who did the Kings of Comedy was Steve Harvey,
Cedric the Entertainer, Bernie Mac, and D.L. Hughley.
D.L. Hughley was the MC.
Wow.
Okay. So D.L. Hughley, man, D.L. was very, very cool. Yeah, man, one more time for Basil and applaud everything right there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they wind up. They bring up Eddie Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, another brother, very funny cat, Mr. Eddie Clark. Now, Eddie, a funny dude, but he was almost like, sometimes I refer to as a shuck and jive kind of comic, that he's going to point fun of himself being black in front of an all-white audience. He says, while I'm up here, the brothers are stealing your tires. I feel like a chocolate chip inside of a cookie. I feel like a piece of coal on a, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that shit just don't fly.
That don't work in an all-black
audience, right? So
he starts going into that.
He starts doing that, and I'm in the back, and I'm like, "Ooh, I don't know if I would have done that." Okay, not a. You could have heard. I mean, cars were driving by. You could hear the engines roar. Nothing. After about a minute and a half, he says, F-U-N's, right? And he said, drops the mic and he walks off. But he goes, fuck you. And then the N-word, right? Drops the mic and walks off. And he throws himself in the back, right where I'm at, by the actual DJ booth. And I'm not saying a word. D.L. Hewley goes up and goes, all right, our next act didn't even bring applause. So Eddie Clark is right there next to me. And he's like, damn. I can't believe it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay. And then like a minute goes by. I'm just letting them sweat it off.
Yeah.
And I just turned, and I'll never forget, I had my foot up against the DJ booth, leaning against the wall, and I look over him and said, hey, man, I don't know about you, but can I buy that MFN line from you? Because that shit killed me. I'm just telling you. And he looked at me and goes, well, fuck you too, man.
You too.
And to this day, every time I talk to Tony Camacho, this great agent who I love, and he goes, hey, man, let's give Eddie Clark a call. Yeah, come on.
Definitely. 100%. 100%. Every single time.
Oh, my God. Just.
Holy shit, man.
So
that just the camaraderie between the comedy, the comics, the family, like you mentioned, it's just like football, just like softball, baseball, basketball, anything is y'all are gonna be tight for the rest of your lives. You know what I mean?
No two ways.
It's just
man.
like that, for sure.
It's just one of those things that you really you think about. And do we have fun at what we do? Hell yeah. Do we go ahead? Hold on, first I'm getting.
You're good, baby. You're good. You're busy man.
Do we have fun? Do we do? Yeah, but no one understands that. You're writing, you're producing, you are running here and there. You're on tour, and then I got to do my tour either in Greek or non-Greek, whatever the case is. And so it's just a little bit different. And I just got to tell you, man. I'm thankful for the people because it's not like we have a ton of friends. We have our family. We have friends, like close friends. And if they say if you can count your friends on one hand, it's a blessing. Right. True friends. And people say, well, what's a true friend? I said, a true friend, when you call up a true friend at 3:00 in the morning and you say, bring a shovel and a bag of lime, and they don't even question you, that's a true friend. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
100%.
No questions.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, that's all right. You don't want to.
All right, I'm on my way.
You want to? Well, how big was he? Oh yeah, all right. You need 2 bags of lime for that one.
All right, okay, cool. I'm good. hey, and that's what you got in me, bro.
Dude, you know what? When I first met you, this has got to go back 10, 12 years.
It's a while. Yeah.
You know, and I was probably promoting a show. And by the way, April 1st, I'll be at the wonderful Wilmington, North Carolina at Thalian Hall. Thalian Hall, yeah. Absolutely. It's going to be a fun show.
That was the first show I saw. My first show there from you. Yeah.
Oh, well, and I'm going to be there. And I got to be honest with you. I made a lot of good friends and people and associations and stuff because of the Greek festival stuff that I've done and whatnot. But I always remembered you because you and I crossed paths, and you were at the television station. I don't know if we can mention whatever station that is, but it was like I would bring pastries because I was doing the PR work for the Greek festival, and all of a sudden I'm like, you got upset because you said everyone ate the stuff and left you nothing. So I had to bring you like a little side dish. No, because y'all bastards, y'all eat everything. You didn't leave my boy Mel. So
you know what I mean? I'm sitting there directing the show. I can't stop and eat like everybody else. You know what I mean? So they get to go and eat it all. I'm directing. I get done. I want me a baklava. I want some baklava.
Hell, you know? Yeah.
It's all gone by the time I get to. I'm like, come on.
Of course, man. And I'm sitting left, and I'm laughing because we have these cookies, and they got white confectionery sugar all over.
Good, man.
And everyone kept referring to them. Yeah, what are those cookies over there? Oh, you mean the cocaine cookies? Yes, I love the cocaine cookies.
It's early. We gotta be up in the morning. Baby. You know what I mean?
So, man, we're gonna have some fun
it's
tonight.
gonna be so much fun.
Orlando Jones will be.
Let me show y'all. That's who we got. Orlando Jones here.
Show him,
this is IMDb right here. This is IMDb right here. It's Orlando Jones. This is the man. Evolution, The Time Machine, Drumline, The Replacements. It goes on and on. LA's Finest, Law and Order, the American Gods. Crazy.
Oh, when he was an exec producer for American Gods and everything.
Crazy. So Sleepy Hollow, Black Dynamite, so much stuff, man. List goes on and
just a cool dude, and one of those cats I kind of just would love to talk with him a lot. But if you want to catch him, you catch him tonight on our show. Orlando Jones is a phenomenal individual. JR says it. I've never met him, but I'm only going by his talent, and I'm getting these texts. See, we don't need the I have someone here, Anna Galan, who's watching. She texted me. She goes, you see, in Florida, hold on.
Oh, Lord.
She goes, see, in Florida, we don't need the shovel and lime. That's what the Everglades are for. Okay, on that note.
All right. Okay. Don't cross her. That's for damn sure. That's what's up.
My God.
That's all right.
Yeah, I think
we got John Shelton commenting. What's up, Basil and JR? Can't wait for tonight. Drumline is one of my favorites. Man, that movie is such a good movie, especially for the Black community in particular. It's a movie about HBCU colleges and the band programs competing like they do every year in the band competition. And it's a big thing down south.
Yes, it is.
It's a big thing at HBCUs. And he played a role of the band director having to be also a father figure to a loose cannon, no pun intended, to Nick Cannon, very familiar. Everybody knows who Nick Cannon is. And he had to, rein him in because he was a superstar drummer, but young and wanting to take over the world, but just wasn't ready for it. In Orlando, man, that role he played, he played
it so well. And as a professor / director of the the entire band, but the drum line is probably one of the most difficult and things to actually do, because they have everything from not only playing drums, but they also have to go ahead and choreograph what they do and how they go ahead and do it. And that, to me, if you guys ever watch some of those competitions that they have, unbelievable.
I saw a video clip yesterday or the day before yesterday, It was one of those. It was a band competition. I believe it was from an HBCU. They performed, so they spread out in formation, and it was a wide shot looking down at the field, right? They went out to a formation of a basketball player and a basketball. They made the ball dribble through its leg to the other hand and then do it again while playing music. Like, what? I'm going to look for that clip, and I'm going to show it to you tonight, and it blew my mind. Like, I've seen, like, Michael Jackson in the formations and stuff. Like, it's incredible, It's incredible.
And not only that, but to also see, because I remember when we were growing up, and we were really into college sports because, I mean, listen, man.
I don't know. I grew up after you did.
Listen. Don't make me bring up the monkey story with your mom, because I will do that like that. Okay. And Bam said he would be right there with me to do it. Okay, Bam, if you're listening, I just want to let you know, bro. So anyway, wind up, and I'm telling you, man, I remember Grambling University. Grambling, right?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the best. Everyone says, "Oh, it's the Ohio State." Listen, I wanted to play at Ohio State. I wasn't good enough to play at Ohio State. I'm just telling facts as facts. And yeah, I know.
In my mind, I might have been, but no, I wasn't ready for that.
I remember they took a package. That was about it. I think they took a package to make the scout and one of my uncles who was alumni from the program to make them happy. But you're going to take a linebacker who runs a 4.8 40? I don't think so. Anyway, so I'm like, okay. And I'm like, All right. And they wound up literally going ahead and being perhaps the greatest band I have ever seen. And I'm telling you, I was jumping up and down, watching Grambling playing another. I can't remember who they played, but my God, I just wanted to see that halftime show.
Yeah.
And I said, best band in the world.
It's a spectacle.
It really
right?
is.
It's crazy.
It really is.
It's impressive.
No one understood more. And I'm like, wow. Our marching, and we had a huge high school. Our marching band was okay, but it wasn't nothing like that, man.
Yeah,
Nothing
ours wasn't either. Our one of our big rivals, Asheville High School, they had a great marching band. I remember playing them, dancing to their band songs as they're playing them type shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you should be dancing to that. But they're good.
Yeah, all right, they sound good though, don't they? But hey, before we get off here, Basil, I want to go. Let me go ahead and I don't know if everybody recognizes the hat that I'm wearing here, baby.
Yeah,
go Braves.
I thought you were promoting apples.
Braves.
You're not promoting apples?
So let's go Braves. And let me shout out, speaking of youth, like your kid, so the first baseball team I played for was, I want to say, the Award Center Braves or the McDonald's Braves. And I've been a Braves fan ever since. God bless Carol Tweed. He was an older white man, dude. And he would drive his red truck around to into the neighborhood because he lived kind of on the outskirts of the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. He one day was just driving his red truck around the neighborhood. So me and a couple of my friends just outside playing. Was like, y'all ever play baseball? I'm like, no. You want to try it out? I'll pick you up every day, take you to practices, bring you home, blah, blah. And back then you didn't have to worry about shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, we did it, and that grew my love for baseball, and I've been a Braves fan ever since. Shout out to anybody on my team back then that used to play with me, Bobby Thompson, Robert Butler, Jonathan Norris, Seneca Shivers, Antoine Shivers, Brian Tweed. I remember them from way back then. And I'll always remember those relationships for the rest of my life.
It's
go Braves, baby. Go Braves. Let's get it. Let's get it.
I remember playing, and I tell you what, you and I discussed this. Everyone thinks that football is my favorite sport, and it isn't. It's baseball. Always has. So I was wearing my first love. My first love. I always had dreams hitting a big home run, doing that, but I sucked at it. Now I can knock the living shit out of you in football. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they said, "Well, you're good." I said, "Yeah, I am. Okay, I'm good." I had no clue what the hell I was doing. So it was one of those things where I was very, very. I always wanted to be that guy, but I was the kid that they brought in the bottom of the fifth inning and put him in right field in a 7-inning game, and maybe I got what I'm talking about.
I got you.
It wasn't until I got older that I could rip the ball hard. Yeah. And they tried me as a pitcher. They tried me, and I could field the ball and all that. And that was later in my life. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, man. Listen, I live in the South.
Yeah,
I'm with you. Atlanta's only 6 hours away. I'm not saying the Braves. I'm not putting down Houston.
No. Hey, go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
No. You want me to lose? You want me to lose my gigs in Houston? I know you.
They already paid for it. You're good.
Yeah,
you're good. Either way it goes, go Braves. We'll just leave it there.
Go Braves for you. We'll go Braves. And
let me put this comment. John Shelton posted. JR, you just went up on my list of favorite people. Basil somehow still cheers for the Cleveland baseball team, whatever they're called. Chop on.
You know what? Listen, man, I'm done with you too. I'm done with him. I don't want to even see. Let me tell you something. Leave my Cleveland, whatever the hell they're going to be called, the insurance guys. I don't know. They'll always be the Indians, and everyone will know them as the Indians. And one day, when the organization grows up, they're going to be called the Indians again. Mark my words. They'll bring the name Cleveland Indians back again.
Wouldn't be surprised.
No. But anyway, tonight, folks,
Orlando Jones, 8 o'clock, people.
8 o'clock tonight. Orlando Jones will be joining us. Hey, listen, you really want to catch our show? The best way to do it is through YouTube. Go to YouTube, Basil, Basile, the comedian, Basil the comedian. You'll see that beautiful little guy right down here. See this right there? This little thing? Yeah, little logo right there. Okay, go to that logo. You'll see it. Click it. 8 o'clock. Join us. Hey, subscribe. Listen, we're going to have a lot of stuff on there. I want you to subscribe. You can always catch us on Facebook as well. I'm Basil Fans, 8 o'clock. Twitter, it's a new thing, but we really want you to go to YouTube and check us out. Subscribe to us. Email us. Let us know what you're thinking.
Yep. That's the channel. We're live right now, so we're getting a little reverb, but that's the channel there.
Yeah, baby. I love it.
It's a party on the live channel, baby.
It's a party. So tonight, make sure, and for all of you who are watching tonight, guy's an idiot. Okay, we got John Shelton, we got Avram, Kenneth Key, Lee Heflin, Charles Cox, Ava Venizelos. Let me see, Faye Yemelas. Faye, I love you.
You sure you don't need me to read these names, man?
Listen, man. Listen. Are you Greek? I mean, you look Greek. Anyway. Jerry Campbell, John Shelton, okay. On behalf of JR, myself, and don't forget, our First Lady of Radio will be with us.
Yes,
Janice Hermson, she'll be with us as well. Join us tonight. A great show. Don't miss it. If you do, you missed a lot. We'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock. Mwah! We'll see you tonight, guys.
See y'all. I brought the music in a little late, but there it is, little late party as we go out.
Look at these.